I was just laying here thinking, watching TV, minding my own business, as I always do. I always mind my own business. But I was sitting here or laying here thinking about um, the emotional, well, or how can I put this? The emotionalness, if that's a word, of people these days, and depression, and stress, anger, and their mental mind is, they're not in their right mind, they're in their left mind, and there's all kind of stuff going on. And I was thinking about that, and I was also I usually try to compare what is going on now into the same things that happen in the Bible. The things that happen in the Bible are the same things that happen now. It's just modern day time. So, as the Lord has said, nothing is new under the sun. That's why I said, wait a minute, what did I say? Hold up. Okay. I said that Satan doesn't have new tricks, it's just new people. That's what it is. New generation, new people, same tricks though. And so I was thinking in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, and there's some in the New. There's about, I kind of counted, let's see, 11, about 12 or 13 times. I think it says 12 or 13 times that people have torn their clothes. Now, in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, the Israelites would tear their clothes in grief, anger, stress, and just it was when they had an extreme emotion to something that happened, an event that happened in the Bible, and they had an extreme emotion to it. They would tear their clothes. Do you know, if we take that to now, how many people we would have tearing their clothes? People would be walking around here half naked because of because of their extreme emotion to stuff. They would just tear their clothes off. If just imagine this. Imagine this. Go with me here. Go with me. Go with me. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and go with me here. I'm taking you somewhere. Just let me take you. Just let me do the leading, okay? Let me lead you into this, okay? Just watch. If we just say you at a funeral, close your eyes. I want you to imagine you at the funeral. Imagine the set in front of you, okay? The set in front of you. That person, we have the coffin in front of you. You got the preacher up there. Oh no, well he ain't up there yet. Let's just take it, roll it back a little bit. Roll it back. We got the preacher in the back with the family. You got tons of people on each side of the church. You got family coming in, walking in with the preacher, reading his Bible and the scriptures that they read during funerals, that they read all the dang time. It's the same thing all the time. So I'm not going to be quoting it because I'm going to have it in my head, and then I'm going to miss some stuff because my brain ain't right because I got sickle cells, and it just takes away from that. Anywho, let me lead you. Wait for me. Now, we're going in. As we go in with the family, walking in, the procession is coming down the aisle. The preacher passes the coffin, and he walks up into the pulpit reading the scriptures. Now you have the family coming in behind him, coming in to see their dead one in the casket. Now, take a little pause, a little side note, sidebar here. Okay? So, you already know, culturally, our funerals are dramatic. Okay? You already know that. I wouldn't say I started a drama at the funeral. It was a response to what I was saying at my father's funeral that built up a fight that was going on that the FBI, cops, and deacons were into. Another time. Anywho, and you know how women, some men, not many, but some women, hollering and screaming at the casket, trying to climb in with the dead person, and jumping up and down and screaming and take me, I can't take this, I can't do it, I can't do it, oh my God, all that kind of stuff. Okay, got that. All right, so you got all that of our culture that goes on in the church. Now, close your eyes once again. Let me lead you here. We're going to go a little further. Let me lead in the dance here. Let me lead you. So, you got all that. Just imagine you coming in as a professional with the family. All of a sudden, they see the dead person in the casket, and they start tearing off their clothes because of the emotional, mental mindness of the moment. You got women tearing off their clothes. You got some men tearing off their clothes. Just every time they come by the casket, just about every other person tearing off their clothes. Now, in the Israel, sometimes they would tear their clothes and wear sackcloth, sackcloth is, you young folks don't know nothing about this. Potato sacks. Okay, remember, I don't know where you've been and if you've been anywhere or seen this, but you've seen games that family play at, either kids play at like a family reunion or some school thing where they get a potato sack and they jump in the potato sack and they got to jump from the start line to the finish. Those potato sacks, that is sackcloth. That's what they used to wear. When stuff would happen like that, they would sometimes tear their clothes and put on sackcloth. It's a whole ritual thing that I'm not going to go through right now because it's going to take some time for me to do that. But that's what sackcloth is. I'm just trying to explain it to you so you can get the picture in your head. So, but you got people tearing their clothes at the funeral. Okay, let me see another. At school, you in high school or at college, and there's a bully. That bully is terrifying and scary, okay? Walk with me. Like the Bible said, how can two walk together unless they agree? We got to walk together here. Let me lead you. Follow me as I follow Christ here, all right? So, we have that in the high school, college, you got bullies and kids that bully other kids. Well, you come to school, you got a bully getting ready to beat you down. Right now, he's making fun of you. That stings a little inside. But he says 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Meet me at the playground. We're going to take care of this. And so you got this built up in your mind that you got to fight later on today after school on the playground. And you got that built up. You can't do your work. You can't, have a conversation with nobody. You can't think. Just the stress is just. You get to the playground at 3 o'clock. Everybody is around. You got early birds there. Just been waiting all day for this. Then you got the latecomers. And then you got his people. You don't got no people because you're getting bullied because you don't. But at that moment, he getting ready to beat you down. And all of a sudden, the stress is so much, you tear your clothes off. Right in front of the booth. If we could have thought of that back in the day, we wouldn't have probably gotten into a lot of fights that had happened in our lives. I didn't get into a lot of fights. I wasn't, I'm not built for, well, I am, but there's a reason why I don't get into fights, because once an anger comes within me, I don't know my own strength, and I would put people in the hospital. So I didn't get in many fights or anything. I can probably think of maybe one fight in the whole entire school time that I've been in and out of school. It's just one fight. And that wasn't even school. That was at my house. Oh, and then another one where this girl, she was older than me. She was in high school. Was that in elementary? Junior high? Maybe junior high. I don't know. But yeah, she wanted to beat me. But yeah, I just, like the song says, I just played a fool. So, but yeah. So really, I didn't, I really didn't fight. That wasn't how I took care of things. There's other ways to do stuff that I did. So, anywho, first, I didn't have that many people hate me or dislike me. There were some that did. The rest of them were just jealous. And so, anyway, we're getting off the subject. So, just think on how many times we could have avoided a whole lot of stuff, probably if we just tore our clothes off. And they just think we just mad, nuts, and crazy. Okay, what other situation? So it's just funny to me back then how they used to do that. And then if you take that from back then into now, I don't know if you've ever had family members talking and they say, I just got so angry that I just felt like tearing off my clothes and running out in the street naked. That's kind of like what they got that from, is the Bible. I don't know if they tore off their clothes and they were naked afterwards because they tore them all off. I don't know. Yeah. And I try to think of an incident in my head that I would do that, and it doesn't really come to mind. And what incident I would do that, maybe what might be a maybe is if I met a girl and she has a UK accent, or she from Africa and has either Nigerian, Ghana, or whatever accent, and she pretty. Those are the kind of moments that I'd tear off my clothes and say, you can take me all you want to, just take me, all that kind of stuff. But, let's move on, enough about me. But once you think about certain instances in your life where you just had a rush of emotion, or a rush of or you had deep depression um, or with, you know, whatever mental title you want to put on it or that you have, and think of what incident you would do that in. And try to think of it when you're, not when you're, even when you're not in a mental state, but when you are depressed or stressed, try to think of it and say, now would I tear off my clothes? Am I that stressed to tear off my clothes right now? And I guarantee you start laughing. Um, so try to turn those emotions around into happiness, into um, into laughter and stuff like that. Ain't nothing that serious to where you either have to take your own life, or an incident that you hurt yourself or anything like that. Ain't nothing that serious, because we may endure for a night, but joy always comes in the morning. And that morning is when you turn from stress or depression into, I'm okay. I can get through this. It's just one day. It's just, it seems like it may be a week, a month, but that next turnaround is, you got to have that turnaround come to you, and make it a joyful turnaround. Don't have that turnaround and make it even deeper, um, into depression, into stress, or into anger, or whatever. Or from anger to rage, or from stress to deep depression. Make it depression into happy, stress into joyful. Um, all of that, all of those emotions, because Satan wants to get you into that space mindset so that you're not able to think or to do what the Lord has for you to do and how He wants you to be. So, don't let these emotions, get you down into. I don't get into that deep depression. I never had depression. I don't know what it's like. I've been sad, but then I have to think about, okay, I'm going to give myself about 15 to 30 minutes to cry. After that, I'm done. It's over with. Let's keep it going. Because them tears are not going to change the situation. It might make you feel a little better, but it's not going to change the situation to be in depression. That's how I always thought of things. The anger is not going to change anything. It's not going to change the situation. The only thing it's going to do is get you worse into that emotion or make the situation worse. So you have to turn that thing around to where it's not that serious. So that's how I've always thought of things. Is, I'm going to give myself a few minutes to have a little pity party, and then I'm going to keep it going. And so sometimes it's hard to do that, depending on what situation you come into. But you have to make that a habit to do that. I'll go on YouTube or on Facebook and watch videos that are funny, comedy, or stand-up, or some comedy show that's funny, or whatever, just to get my mind off of it and start laughing. And so that will also get you in a different mindset than what you are in. Make it a habit. Like I said, you have an emotion, anger, or sadness, or whatever. Just think about it. I am so at that point to where I would just tear off my dang clothes because I'm so sad and so angry. So, but yeah, it was just a thought that I had. I usually have these stupid thoughts in the middle of the night, but yeah, it's it's funny and it's interesting that some of the stuff that they used to do in Israel was that was their culture, and to bring that culture into now, some of it is just very funny. But that's all. That's all. I just wanted to be stupid for a second and silly, and I just wanted to take y'all with me into that. So take care. Good night. RC is out. Not to bed, but I'm done with this because I got TV to watch. And I gotta watch the rest of this other series that I'm watching too. Because last night I had to go to bed. I was up till 5 o'clock watching it, and in the morning. So, yeah, I got to watch the rest of it tonight. Maybe, hopefully, we'll see. But take care, um, and next time, tear your clothes off. See what happens. Bye.